Good afternoon. How we doing and how we feeling today? Today is the 5th of November, new month. Well, I already said it in the previous episode, but happy November. Really great month. Love it. 1 month before Christmas. So let's get right to it. So let's talk about, Bopday Friday. That's why we're here today. Let's see right here. We have 7 tracks, 7 singles, should I say, to go over. Let's see. Actually, Lauren Jauregui just dropped. I just remembered she just dropped her new project, Prelude. So be sure to check that out on next Wednesday, my review. But today we're gonna talk about the bops that came out, this week. So let's see. First up, we have Mariah Carey, "Fall in Love at Christmas." So Mariah Carey dropped this new song, this new Christmas bop with Khalid and an artist called Kirk Franklin, which I'm not familiar with, but I liked his voice, his verse, and contribution to the song overall. Mariah is a Christmas queen. There's no one like her when it comes to Christmas songs. And I do appreciate that she still cranks up, she keeps coming out with new Christmas songs because, All I Want for Christmas Is You, it's a classic, timeless classic. We all know that. But, we need new material. So I'm glad she now teamed up with Khalid, which I love, and Kirk Franklin. So, and I'll be sure to check out Kirk Franklin's new music. Well, music in general, because I don't know his music. Okay, so this song is really magical. I feel like really magical because, I usually don't gravitate towards love music. That's not a term. I don't usually gravitate towards romantic music, but recently I am, so I appreciate it more. And this song, this is what I'm going to tell you about the song. This song is really, I already said magical. It's really moving, fall in love at Christmas. The title says it itself. It's pretty straightforward. It's talking about, as the title suggests, it's talking about a couple, a young couple or couple in general, like falling in love at Christmas, finding that spark, that joy, that Christmas joy and spark, that Christmas spark. I'm just rambling. But yeah, I really like this song. Can't speak. All I Want for Christmas Is You will always be the number one Christmas song for me. But this song will be a classic. I do think so. In some years, give or take, it will be. Okay, so let's move on to one right now from Post Malone featuring The Weeknd. Well, and The Weeknd. Post Malone and The Weeknd. So these two artists have never collaborated before, and each of them have collaborated with a lot of artists. The Weeknd collaborated with Maluma last year during the pandemic. Post Malone has collaborated with a bunch of artists like Halsey and others, SZA. And now Post Malone and The Weeknd have teamed up finally, because this is not a collaboration I was expecting, but it's a really welcoming one because, simply said, one right now is a bop. No questions asked, enough said. It's really good. I don't have a lot to say about the lyrics. I have to listen to it more times to dissect it. But, it's a bop. It's a banger. Really appreciate what these two artists brought to the table together as a unit. So then let's move on to Between Us from Little Mix. So Between Us is the name of the project that they're about to release next Friday, from the day I'm recording this. Next Friday, the 12th of November, which is actually the same day that Red Taylor's version drops. Be sure to check out those reviews from Red Taylor's version and Between Us by Little Mix. But right now we're talking about Between Us, the single, the single from Little Mix. The title track is really good. It's really sweet. It's adorable. Uh, I have to listen to it more times to dissect the lyrics, like with the previous track. But it's talking about basically, stuff that's between us, between you and your significant other, the person you're dating, the person you're in love with, the person you're seeing, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever it may be. It's a pretty romantic song. Well, that's how I interpret it. It can also be with a soulmate. I believe you can interpret it however you wish, but that's my interpretation. My interpretations in plural. Can't speak. Okay, so let's move on to Silk Sonic, which they're about to drop their project, their debut project. Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. They came out with another single, and they have 3 out of 3 for 3 singles. First, Leave the Door Open, then Skate, and now Smoking Out the Window. And it's a really great song. It's really catchy, really groovy. Silk Sonic has really grown on me since they came out with Leave the Door Open around Grammy time, which actually the Grammys are close to being announced. The nominations are about to be announced towards the end of November. So we'll keep an eye out on that because, Pop and Bob loves the Grammys. We love the Grammys here. We love them. Not only because they're the most important music awards, but they're our favorite music awards easily. At least Emilio's, my favorite awards are the Grammys. Since I was a kid, I've always seen them. So yeah, let's move on. Next, okay, this has to be my favorite out of the 7 tracks I'm talking about today. It's called The Motto by Tiesto and Ava Max. So Ava Max has to be hands down one of my new favorite artists. She's one of my queens right now. She has to be in my top 10 easily of my top 10 favorite female artists or artists in general. Yeah, she's I think she's like number 9, number 10. I have to do my ranking on another separate video, but yeah. Actually, I'm gonna do a favorite artist of the year edition, an episode dedicated to that with artists in general, because I listen to mostly female artists, as you may think. So yeah. So The Motto, sorry, voice crack. The Motto is really good. It's a banger. It's a club banger, One time I commented on Ava Max's IG post, and it was for My Head and My Heart, her club banger also. From, it's not from her debut album, Heaven and Hell. It's like a droplet single. It's a really good song. It has a lot of streams. I believe it has more than 200 million streams, plus. It's a solid club banger, and The Motto is a club banger, no questions asked, 1,000% sure. I imagine this I imagine myself being in the club, having a good time with my friends, and this song comes on and I would be like losing my shit. It's a really great song. Tiesto has a gift for like putting out club bangers, and Ava Max's voice lends itself perfectly to this type of song. So, and talking about Ava Max, I'm really looking forward to whatever she comes out with next. She has Heaven and Hell, her debut album that she released during the pandemic last year. She has My Head and My Heart, Every Time I Cry, another great song. Both are droplets. I thought she was going to release a deluxe edition. She said in an interview with Zach Sang show last year before her album dropped, but I don't know what happened with that. I believe she's working on her next album. I hope so, on her sophomore album, her second album. But who knows? Only she knows. But I love her. She's one of my queens. And yeah, let's move on to the 6th song This song actually came out last Friday, yeah. It's Una Na with Camila Cabello featuring Tiny and Mike Towers. We already talked about the song a little last Bopday Friday, but this is the extended version. And now that I listen to the song more times, I can say I have more appreciation towards the song. For me, it's a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Let's give it 7.5. With the extended version, I liked what they added, the verse, Camila's extra verse, extended verse. And it's a really great song. It has all Latin artists, Camila, Tiny, and Mike Towers from reggaeton, and Camila with pop. And it's a really great fusion, of genres like pop, reggaeton, and stuff like that. And Tiny is a really great producer, as we already may know. Well, I know. Okay, and the last song that I'm going to talk about today is New Shapes from Charli XCX, featuring Christine and the Queens and Caroline Polachek. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So I'm not familiarized with Caroline Polachek, and I don't really remember. I already can't speak. I only heard the song once. It was a few hours ago, literally speaking. And I don't remember Caroline's verse. I just remember Christine and the Queens verse because I've listened to Christine and the Queens before. I like them, or her. I don't know if it's only one artist. But yeah, Charli XCX, she won me over with Good Ones. Good Ones is a banger, it's a really solid banger. And then New Shapes comes out. And I'm like, okay, Queen, she just announced her forthcoming album, Crash. It's titled Crash. And it's coming out, I think it's on March. And she's going to do a world tour and stuff like that. So yeah, Charli's going places. She's been going places for a long time, since Boom Clap in 2014. But, she's going places. I already said that. Sorry, redundant. But yeah, I really like this song. Not my favorite Charli song because Good Ones is still my number one from her. Still can't get over that song. It's so good. But New Shapes is a solid track. It stands on its own. But I'll have to give it some time to grow on me a little more. But yeah, so guys, this has been Bopday Friday for today. This has been Pop and Bop. I'm Emilio Fernandez. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you next time. See you guys on Monday for a new episode. Okay, goodbye.